Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Acknowledging Tom Brady's Greatness. I'm sorry there's a lot of noise in the background. My neighbor all of a sudden has just decided to start mowing his lawn whilst I begin recording this video. So please bear with me. Anyhow, let's get right into it. Here's the Hall of Famer Howie Long explaining to Rich Eisen why Tom Brady is so great. And Howie really knows a thing or two about greatness, because one, he's a Hall of Famer, and two, he's one of the greatest defensive ends to have ever played in the NFL.
The conversation of Tom Brady being the greatest of all time, it's over, right? That ended on, at least to me it did.
And you know, it's ironic because the things that make him special, would I rank him physically as one of the best? Probably not. The things that, does he throw the ball better than Marino? Does he throw it better than Jim Kelly or Warren Moon or John Elway? Is he more athletic? We all saw the combine tape. I mean, this guy, he kills you with his mind, his heart, and this incredible will to be great. Nobody out-prepares him. Nobody outworks him. It's his life 24/7. And to get it done, you think about it, because Deflategate was going on when they beat Seattle 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So then you've got to ride it out. Last year, he gets hit 22 times, I think it was, in the AFC Championship game. And they bring back Dante Scarnecchia, the offensive line coach. They're getting hit early in this game. This guy, what he's been through over the last 2 years, to have the mental toughness, and then we come to find out his poor mom has been sick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that just, forget about football. That's, and one of the most poignant moments, and I think I talked about this when I came on your show, was him talking about his dad. And that really hits me. And people who don't have kids don't get it. They just don't, Rich. You understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It's special. And of course I'm watching my son swilling Natty Light. on a duck boat where I grew up. And I texted him. I said, "Are you from Charlestown or am I?"
He's your son, Howie.
Oh gosh, it's Rich. I just don't want it to end. It's amazing.
I thought Super Bowl 53 was one of the most toughest tests that Brady has ever faced. Yes, it was a low-scoring game, and yes, I suppose some people can say it was boring. I didn't think it was boring though. It was awesome. Both teams were going back and forth at each other, and it really shows how tough the Rams defense was that day. The Rams virtually shut down every offensive weapon that Brady had, yet he still found a way through. Brady's resourcefulness found a way to win. It was a tough, grueling battle, but Brady found a way through. Have a listen to Colin Cowherd here, where he breaks down how Brady found a way to win. It's a really good breakdown done by Colin.
I'm asking it this morning.
If you still don't think Brady is great, which I really find very hard to believe after everything the man's done and achieved, then have a listen to some of the players that have played with Brady and against Brady. Listen to what they say about him.
And LaShawn, I thought we would start with this because you were on the Buccaneers with Brady this past year. And there's so much conversation about the way he can change a culture, that certain players just come in and change the culture of an organization. Can you give us an example of how Brady did that?
I mean, you can see like the winning pedigree he has. When he got there, just to have the ability to make the guys, want to work hard. There's some quarterbacks that, they'll have like workouts, private workouts with the wide receivers, with the running backs. And this thing like, we got to go. Where Tom is like, you want to be there. He's one of the only players, let alone quarterbacks, I ever played for that anything he says, you totally believe. Hey, go out there and walk on water. We can do it. I mean, and the way that he approaches the game, works hard. I was telling a lot of different teammates that I played with in the past about Tom Brady, because everybody asks all the questions about Tom. And I watched how intense he got each week. About week 5 to week 7, we were gelling together, and then you seen the difference when we got into the playoffs. How he changed his intensity, and then when we're in the Super Bowl, each week it got up and up, and you can just tell, man, he's always coaching, he's always leading. He's a hell of a player to play with, man. He's a great leader,
The secret to their success is pretty easy. It's Tom Brady. He is a stone cold killer. I've shared the field with him many times, and the biggest thing about Tom is he is going to make you pay when you make mistakes, and teams know that going into Foxborough, and even playing them on the road. If you turn the ball over, if you have a bad special teams play, if you miss a field goal, Tom is going to grab that ball and he's going to march down the field. And he's not going to kick a field goal. He's going to put them in the end zone and really kind of force you to come out of your game plan. The thing going in is you think, we can outscore them. We can put some points up on them and put some pressure on Tom and the offense. What you have to do is you have to convert on third down. You have to stay on the field. You have to keep the ball out of their hands. But like I said, you make one mistake. You turn the ball over once. Tom's going to chuck that thing right down the field and he's going to make you pay. And then it's going to be a 7-point swing in the Patriots' favor.
Good morning. I just spent 2 days with the Bucks and Tom Brady, and it's quite amazing what he has done there in such a short period of time in bringing a winning culture there and a winning attitude. And it manifests itself in so many specific ways. And even some of the things that we just found out in the last couple of days were totally remarkable to me.
Like what, Sal?
Well, Tristan Wirfs saying to us extemporaneously that Brady was teaching the offensive line how to block for him last year. Brady told him, don't get beat inside and don't get beat early, and I'll be... which is unbelievable. Coaching the offensive line into exactly what he wants. And that to me just stood out. And then also, the way that he communicates each and every day with each and every player, texting them the winning attitude, say we're going to win the Super Bowl, we're going to win this game the night before the game, and how they revealed that energy and positivity that came from him was just not there in years past. So the way he communicates individually with players, the way he pays attention to the minute details of what he's trying to do on offense, it's just quite remarkable. It really is.
So now you're starting fresh again in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Is it hard to think, gee, it's still Brady and Belichick, and Brady looks like he's going to play for 6 or 8 more years? Is that kind of a daunting thought through the offseason of we still have to deal with those guys?
Yep. They're still the team to beat. Every year you come together and you start laying groundwork for what you got to do, and the easiest way to get into the playoffs is win the division. And that's something that they've done, I don't know what the stat is, 13 times?
15 out of like 17 years.
It's unbelievable. I'm hoping that Tom wins this next Super Bowl and decides to hang him up. He's running out of fingers for Super Bowl rings. So
I don't think he's going away anytime soon.
I don't think so either.
Even great players from the past recognize how good Tom Brady is. Even Hall of Famers recognize what he brings to an organization and the impact that he has on a daily basis.
You started the show by talking about this. Take care of your mind, take care of your body so you can perform and kick ass. How do you explain Tom Brady doing what he's still doing at age 43?
I think he does all those, takes care of himself, has learned how to do that. I will say this. I have a couple people in my war chest when I played that if they took care of him, he could play till he's 50. And one of them is the guy, Mark Lindsay, who takes care of Christian McCaffrey. And I would love to connect those two people because I am in awe of Tom Brady. I'm inspired by him, and I truly believe that Tampa's going to win this football game because of what Tom Brady brought to the organization. He took a group of guys that now believe, because he got there, that they can win and they can beat anybody. And I think it's going to be a hell of a game, but Tampa's going to win this football game.
All right, so what about the flip side of that? When you look at Patrick Mahomes, what do you see? And, I mean, it's a bet against Mahomes. It's a bet against that offense. It's awfully tough to go against those guys, but you're willing to do so?
Absolutely. Here's why. Jim, you know as well as I do that too many times during the year they get off to a slow start. They did last year in the Super Bowl. They've done it multiple times throughout the season. You get off to a slow start with Tom Brady, they will put the gas on, and their defense is good enough.
They've completed the first part. Obviously, they're still writing this history because they want to win this game and complete it in terms of being not just the first team to play in their home stadium and host the Super Bowl, but to win it. And their opponent is someone that if you ask them who they wanted to play again, they probably have said Kansas City, because the last time Kansas City was here during the regular season, they put it on the Bucs. But they're a different football team right now, and I think it's going to be a great matchup. If you want to be the champion, who better to lead you than Tom Brady? As I've gotten to know Tom here in town and speaking to players here from afar, it's obvious that his influence and his handprint has been on this football team in terms of leading them. Tom's presence and his experience has definitely meant a difference when this franchise struggled this year. Now that he's been here, obviously coming up on 10 months now, just being able to have some conversations, with him, I myself just got a chance to appreciate the consistency in the greatness, and his ability to stay focused in the moment is second to none. You're talking about a man that's going to his 10th Super Bowl, but still treating it as his first in terms of the words he's used, the preparation that he's using and going into it and leading this team. It's something that honestly you learn to appreciate as a fan of the game, and even someone that's played the game at a high level. I still say I can appreciate that.
And that's all I have for you today. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for being so kind and taking the time to watch this video. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Thank you. Bye.